The Alaskan tundra is in the polar climate zone. The climate conditions in the tundra is cold air temperatures. But it's not just the winter's cold that shapes this ecosystem. It's the chilly average temperature which limits plant growth and encourages the formation of permafrost. As you can see from this picture, there is little plant growth. Most of the growth of plants is close to the ground, no large trees because of the harsh winds. As you can see in this picture, permafrost is the formation of ice below the surface. At its deepest point in Alaska, the permafrost can go 2,000 feet below the surface. Alaska's Arctic is so cold because during the northern hemisphere winter, the Arctic regions of the Earth, which includes Alaska, are tilted away from the sun. However, in the summer, days are extraordinarily long. The landscape can be in sunlight all day, every day. I experienced this when I was in Alaska. All of our hotel rooms had to have blackout blinds. One of the locals told us that you will hear people mowing their yard at midnight because it is still bright. The sun's energy arrives at a low angle, filtered through thick atmosphere. Denali National Park is in the central but southern part of Alaska. These climate graphs show precipitation averages, daylight hours, and temperatures in degrees. Notice that daylight hours appear to peak in June, precipitation averages appear to peak in July, and temperatures peak in May. The keystone species of Denali National Park is the Arctic ground squirrel. This animal is very important to the park's carnivores in their diets. The squirrels make up a large amount of a bear's protein in their diet. Each ground squirrel is 2,000 calories. If you didn't know, abiotic factors are non-living things that shape an ecosystem. In Denali, the abiotic factors are climate, rocks, soil, and the amount of sunlight. The largest factor in the park is the climate. Animals have to adapt to the cold temperatures in the tundra during the winter and the relatively cool summers. Glaciers have retreated significantly in the past few years. Today, only about 16% of the park is covered by ice or snow. However, glaciers continue to have a cooling effect downstream. The melting of glaciers affects local weather conditions and reconfigure floodplains downstream. Ecosystems in the park depend on soil that glaciers made to survive. Temperatures are rising all around Alaska. In the winter, temperatures are 6 degrees higher than they were 3 years ago, according to CNN. Rising temperatures mean the glaciers that shape the park are disappearing. This issue is happening because of global warming. The melting of glaciers can be stopped if people became more educated on their impact on the environment and global warming. This image of a food chain illustrates an ecosystem in Denali National Park. It starts with the sun, goes to the primary producer, which is the Arctic lupine, then goes to the primary consumer, which is the vole, the secondary consumer wolf, the tertiary consumer grizzly bear, and the wolverine, which is the scavenger. And it ends with moss, which is the decomposer. This is a visual of the food web in Denali National Park. Pictures will be displayed of animals and plants starting at the bottom and going left to right. The animals at the top of the food web are the grizzly bear and the northern hawk owl. This energy pyramid was modeled after the food web shown before. Many mammals have specialized coats of fur to keep warm in the winter cold. Caribou have hollow hairs that trap warmth close to their bodies. Musk oxen are also well insulated with underfur that they have little trouble in the cold, even blizzard. Plants are living things and have to deal with the freezing winters too. They have many adaptations that help them thrive in the wintertime, such as heat efficiency. To deal with the cool summers, some flowers like the Arctic poppy revolve slowly through the long days, catching the sun's rays, kind of like a satellite dish. The Arctic poppy is shown here. Plants also instead of dropping old leaves, some plants keep the leaves. This conserves nutrients and protects the plants from the cold, wind scour, and desiccation. Despite its harsh conditions, the Alaskan tundra contains many beautiful plants and animals.